Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Magic Arena Run. Today it's workshop day, so we're going to be taking a look at, well, it's called Common Good. It's essentially pop. It's actually just Pauper. Well, I wouldn't say just Pauper. Pauper in itself is a beast. Is a beast on its own. It's not something to take lightly. So we have two decks being featured here. Both of them are double colored. So we have Aura of Powers. This one's basically stack a creature, stack lots of auras on top of them. So we have the usual suspects. Karametra's Blessings gives it indestructible and hexproof. The hexproof part might be more relevant here than the indestructible part. You got Sentinel's Eyes, which makes it very annoying. A few copies of Warbrier's Blessing as removal. Pacifisms are other removal. Cetizen Training as way to punch through and draw extra card. Heliod's Pilgrim is a way to tutor stuff. Envoy makes stuff cheaper. Ancestral Mask is pretty much the very big finisher payoff. This is the card you want to cast last. Nylea's Forerunner probably fits that bill as well. Single Arden Veil Tactician to clear the board. So it's about being judicious about there's always a temptation to stack everything on one. I will show you Spell Slingers why that's not a great idea. In terms of removal, the Shock is not the worst removal part. The Silent Departure and the Queen of Ice is. So basically with Silent Departure, it will nuke. If you go all in on, say, one creature, this makes it a bad proposition. Good news is this is sorcery speed, so as I mentioned, the one big turn plan fits there. We have Of One Mind, which combos with Forbidden Friendship and Burning Prophet and Queen of Ice along with our other creatures. The main combo here is Spellgorger Weird, then just start casting spells. So you don't want to cast the Forbidden Friendship early. You want to cast Kiln Fiend early. You want to cast Burning Prophet early. Then you want to just go through. Spell Eater Wolverines are other payoff here. If I had to choose one, it's hard to say. At least I like Silent Departure because at the very least there are only 4 copies of Karametra's Blessing, so it's only going to get blanked out 4 times. Pacifism locks down some of our creatures, but it makes most of them bad. The Burning Prophet not so much, so we have to kind of play around that part. I guess Heliod's Pilgrim is good in the sense that it gives us a bit of extra reach, but we kind of want to be hitting at least 4 we want to be at least at 4 mana, on the assumption we have a Transcendent Envoy. There's a Pious Wayfarer to get some early damage through, so if we can, we should take advantage of the Wayfarer, punch early, force our opponent to use their removal on Wayfarer, on Envoy, let them use it there, so that then we start stacking enchantments later. So that might be the plan. Let's start with the Spell Slingers deck first because that's the one I kind of like to do more. I guess you can just call me an old school player. I'm not the kind that you would like that likes to go tall, stack a ton. I guess it's different with Mutate because you got your card advantage off the Mutate trigger. Yeah, it's hard to say, but there are just some. It really, but just the way that the 2 decks are built. So let's take a look. If you pre-ordered you basically got Good Boy right now. So right now it's Cat versus Dog. So definitely keeping this one. We got early op. We probably want to play the Burning Prophet first. Wait for our opponent to stack a few cards. Be very careful if they're holding up one white mana. That's the main trigger. Opponent is also playing. Well, we can forget about that since our opponent's also in the spells deck. So I don't know who's at the advantage here. You generally want to have a Burning Prophet first before you start dumping stuff. We might be at a disadvantage in the sense that we are behind on lands right now. I only say we're behind in the sense that we haven't drawn any. I would like our opponent to play either one of the 3 drops. Another Burning Prophet. Opponent takes some advantage off that. Got Kiln Fiend. I might actually just play the Kiln Fiend first, bait the shock. Yeah, we need, because remember, in terms of removal, it's 3 Silent Departure, 3 shock. Opponent plays Spell Gorger weird, also kind of stuck there. So we did draw our mana. So we have to remember that these are sorcery speed. That said, yeah, we'll keep that on top. Probably shouldn't. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna swing with both. Let's see if we can convince our opponent to double block with Burning Prophet. Opponent probably does not. Yeah, if he does not, we just punch for damage anyway. So I want to play. Yeah, I definitely want to keep the island up top. Here's our one big turn. I think it's gonna go all downhill from here. Yeah, Queen of Ice actually kind of works better against this. Well, it also works very good against the Auras deck. Opponent plays Forbidden Friendship, gets some. So let's check our sequence here. We want to hit one more land because we want to be able to cast Silent Departure later. Opponent probably goes for the goes on the offense. So we take 7 damage. So let's do the math here. 3 or more instants or sorceries. We only got 1, basically 2. But if we recast, no, we cast Spell Gorger weird. Okay, now I have to decide if I bounce the token here. This is 4, 5, 6, and this is a 3/3. Then we're hoping for 1 more mana, but I don't know if I don't think our opponent's gonna cooperate. I think we do it anyway. Okay, got Mountain on top. That's the one. That's what we want. Opponent might start holding back at this point. If he goes in for damage, we definitely want to sacrifice the Spellgore. Depends on what our opponent swings with. We know we have 1 more shot. We could also just cast Spell Eater Wolverine and Kiln Fiend just to buy some time. We can also actually just opponent cast Queen of Ice, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, we could actually lose here. Yeah, he had his own Queen of Ice. So we got quite greedy on that one. Right? So this is the question: does our opponent have the, because we kind of drew way too many payoffs. Yeah, 6, 7, 8, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, that's a good game. In hindsight, we should have bounced this one. We got way too greedy there. Yeah, we did not have enough payoffs on that one. Oh well, at least we learned a little bit on that one. We'll give this deck another shot. Really have to be careful of the. Actually, yeah, we'll play 1 game first, then another game, then we'll probably double check. Yeah, we need more payoffs, but I guess if we had. Okay, so this is not keepable. Literally only 2 card draw spells, but we're hoping to draw land. No, this is better. So we probably ditched 1 Spell Eater Wolverine. So, okay, got the turn 1 shock. I'll play the Izzet Guild Gate first. Thankfully, our opponent played the Guild Gate. Well, it might not be great. Oh, okay, opponent's passed their turn. So I'm actually going to take advantage of this. I might, if I don't use the shock, I might end up cycling both. Opponent's waiting quite a bit, so we'll cycle. Definitely want to keep the shock up. Okay, cycle again. Okay, we will. We're literally waiting for our opponent to, say, drop a creature, then drop something in response. Opponent hasn't done anything, so we're going to take advantage of that. Yeah, go off as well. Yeah, we could use another land. I don't like tapping out, but then again, our opponent went first. He missed one land drop. Yeah, opponent goes Heliod's Pilgrim. Hoping to hit the land, I suppose. Definitely not bouncing that. Okay, hits. If our opponent just blocks the Heliod's, yeah, blocks with that, we shock. So 3, 6, 7. Now we're going to be leaning on Silent Departure for a bit. Actually, what we could also do is just cast the second spell, Ether Wolverine and Queen of Ice. But most likely what happened... what kind of hand... Our opponent might have kept a hand full of enchantments, but... That's the one danger. Basically, both of these decks are what I would call A plus B decks. Like this one's an A plus B mechanic where you want to have payoffs. So we got 4, 8, 12. We got 16 payoffs and 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So it's basically, this is actually a good mix. It's it's basically 16 and 20. Queen of Ice can double as a creature in a pinch. The Aura of Power, let's see what their mix-up is. 4, 8, 12, 6. Again, this is a 16-20 mix. The only caveat being that the other creatures kind of work better in the blue-red deck, I guess. Well, we'll give the Aura Power deck a try. So again, what we have to do is we want to keep a hand with Karametra's Blessing. We have to assume our opponent has ways to remove stuff. We want to be very careful on where we put our payoffs. We basically want the game to go long. So turn 1 Wayfarer. Probably not going to use Karametra's Blessing on it. If it dies, it dies. We probably want, if our opponent drops creatures, we might use Heliod's Pilgrim just to get pacifism. We have to take advantage of tutoring for what we need. Our opponent's deck is going to be the more aggro compared to us. Opponent takes Forbidden Friendship. Probably will not swing. So that's near Guild Gate. Again, Karametra's Bliss. Yeah, I feel like I'm casting this is way too early. Opponent might, yeah, hold back. So we actually have a trick here. We can hold back on it because Ardent Veil Tactician is instant. Opponent probably has the option to opt or shocked. If he shocks, is it worth it? I guess it's worth it because I can cast Heliod's Pilgrim next turn and Karametra's, hold up Karametra's Blessing. Opponent is deciding. No, it's going for the opt. Probably signaling our opponent needs something. Should take advantage of that. Opponent hits 4 mana, hits a Spell Eater Wolverine. Okay. So we're hitting our mana. I might actually just want... Okay, here's the thing. If I cast Heliod's Pilgrim, that's tutoring for pacifism. If I cast Ardent Veil Tactician, it's me... Because here's the thing. This is not hexproof. This is not gonna be indestructible, so the double strike will probably... Actually, the double strike by itself will not kill it. The pump effect might. Let's cast a Heliod's Pilgrim. Shooter for pacifism. Basically, force our opponent to start using their payoff now. I'm okay letting the Pilgrim die. Opponent goes off 1 mind to draw cards. Okay. Also sets this up. Could we afford to take... I think we can afford to take 6 damage. Because this is not Kiln Fiend. It's only gonna get double strike no matter what. So at least that one is set. Yeah, this also means that Nylea's Forerunner is a bit on the expensive side. For our purposes. Opponent. Opponent drops another Spell Eater Wolverine. It does mean we have to... It means we do have to pacifism one of them. Yeah, I could cast this, but again, there is no... I will have no defense if I do that. I need to wait one more turn. Yeah, next turn you probably just throw the Heliod's Pilgrim away. There's no way around it. Spellgorger weird. Opponent does Queen of Ice. Okay, we'll let that resolve. So we take 6, 7, 8. Down to 6. Yeah, I'm not liking... I'm not liking the sequence. I know I need more creatures. Oh, it's gonna use up both my white and I need the white source. I could just cast Nylea's Forerunner, but it's not a great blocker. This is actually... Neither of these guys are great blockers. Well, putting on the Pious Wayfarer makes it a better blocker. Definitely not attacking. Yeah, right now it feels like we're gonna end up going tall unless I cast Lia's Forerunner next turn. This is not looking so great for us. Opponent casts Silent Departure, so we have no choice but to, yeah, blanket with the hexproof, but our opponent gets another shot at it next turn. Yeah, our opponent took better advantage of this than we did. Winning with this deck is not impossible. It's a bit of a grind, I'll be honest. I personally would probably reduce the number of copies of Ancestral Mask. Let's see, 4, 5. Actually, we're dead anyway. Yeah, there's no way around it. We're just dead. So what could this deck use? Well, unfortunately, all the enchantment based removal is uncommon, so white's not gonna get that benefit. You definitely want to hit Setessan Training in addition to those pacifisms. It's unfortunate that too many Ancestral Masks. There are better ways to pump your guys. What I would do for even more Karametra's Blessing, but we know that's impossible. We already have a full playset. So this one's a maybe. No, actually this one's quite bad. If our opponent somehow, like, if I don't draw another white source. Okay, I did draw another white source. So far, opponent doesn't have anything. Do we have a way to stack Kiln Fiend? Actually, we have a way to stack it, so if this resolves first... Yeah, we can fight this, actually. So, yeah, we want this to resolve first. Okay, that should take out some of the pressure. And we now have a slight tempo advantage. And actually, Queen of Ice is a good way to regain tempo, I suppose. Opponent's missing blue mana, which might be an issue. It's a Spellgorger, weird. We'll just hit our Pacifism and swing. Gonna take it easy. Okay, got another Karametra's Blessing, which is perfect. So we're literally nickel and diming our opponent, which... might not be such a bad play. So let's say next turn we play Heliod's Pilgrim. We probably play Heliod's Pilgrim for another Pacifism. Or... fight. Pump. Yeah, as long as our opponent doesn't hit blue, we're safe from Silent Departure. If it's Queen of Ice, I could just wait one turn. And place Burning Prophet. Yeah, opponent's stuck. Crash True. Yeah, he has a bunch of blue cards stuck there. He really needs to find it. Did he find it? Nope, he did not. We'll save the Envoy till next turn. Yeah, we managed to hand... Yeah, we really need the Warbriar Blessing is the second half. You can't just, aside from pacifism, we answer 3 creatures as a result. Also helps our opponent is missing blue mana. We'll take this hit. Opponent cast Spell Eater Wolverine. He has 1 spell. And I think what our opponent's going to try to do is opponent's going to try to swing for the win. He hit his blue source, but yep, Guildgate. He potentially has 3 shocks based on the mana. If he targets the Envoy, I probably just let it die. Spell Eater Wolverine number 2. Ooh, Ancestral Mask. Oh, this has Trample. Now, this is the time you want Ancestral Mask, not all those times before. Now, in hindsight, I probably should put it here, but I'm very greedy. Yep, and that does it. So you really want to have a lot of the cheap enchantments. You cannot be drawing the Ancestral Masks too early. That's a good way to lose. I guess the good news is aside from Ancestral Mask, everything else is like 1s and 2s. Let's double check that one. Yeah, Ancestral Mask is the only big dud. Everything else is 1s and 2s, so Transcendent Envoy is very good for those. Yeah, the Karametra's Blessing is more valuable than Sentinel's Eyes. No way to get Vigilance, so the other enchantment. But Flash enchantments is very important. I think that one might be uncommon. That's probably why we don't see it. But there you go. That's the workshop. This is a very quick episode. Both of these decks are not necessarily easy to play with. You really have to know your matchups, and also the internal matchup is also tough. I guess if it's just the Selesnya versus Selesnya deck, it's gonna be a question of who can land their big trample creature, and have it's really a battle of Karametra's Blessings at that point. Then if it's the Spells deck versus Spells deck, it's whoever can keep a threat on the board. It also helped in our matchup that our opponent, he probably kept the multiple red because he had a lot of threats. We just happened to have all the answers in time. Who would have thought of Pious Wayfarer would be able to do it? But the little 1/2 that could. Anyway, that's it for this episode of the Magic Arena Run. It's very, very fast, typical of Workshop, but I'll take it. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on notifications and whatnot. And as always, yeah. I think we're about a day or two. We're just a day away from M21. I can't wait for that. Until then, thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you guys again next time. Take care. God bless. Stay safe wherever you are. Have a great day, everyone.